Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Time to Thrive podcast. We are here with some very special guests. We're here with Yvette and David Boger. And then Emily is here for Anna today. She was not able to make it, so we have Emily with us again this time. So we're going to go and get started.
So our icebreaker question is a 2 truths and a lie. But it was specifically asked for by David, so you know.
We did this just for him.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we can just each go and do that.
Do
so
our
if you want to
you
go first with your truth and a lie, and we'll try to figure it out.
My first one is, I was born in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. The second one was, growing up, I went to the only Baptist church in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And the third one, my first summer job was working in with the Department of Transportation, surveying for the construction of Loop Road in Kannapolis.
I'm trying to think. I know which one is the truth. I know one of the truths because you told me before. Let's see. I think the lie is that you were born in Harrisburg.
I'm going to go with that also.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Y'all are good.
Okay.
I was born in Conroe, Texas.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you live in Pennsylvania?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
See, I didn't know that.
I was raised in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Where was it in Harrisburg?
No, it was in Williamsport.
Okay.
Williamsport.
Cool. Okay. What about you?
I've been attending the Central Baptist Church for 53 years. My second one, my first cruise was to the Bahamas with my family.
Okay.
And the third one, I got my first horn, which was a bugle, as a reward for selling Christmas cards door to door.
I think it's how many years you've been coming to Central. I think that's the lie.
I'm going to say your first bugle. I think that's your lie.
How long do you think I've been at Central?
I don't know the number, but I feel like you changed the number.
It is 53 years.
Oh.
Yeah. I've never been on a cruise.
Oh, that was my other
Okay.
guess. That was I wasn't sure. Okay, mine. Let's see. Let me see if I remember them. Okay, when I was 5 or 6 years old, I got both my front teeth knocked out on the same night. I lost both of them the same night. My brother learned how to ride a bike and get his training wheels off before I did, 2 years before I did. And then I've had braces 2 times. I've had 2 sets of braces.
I'm going to say the 2 front teeth.
What do y'all think?
Yeah, I'm going to go with 2 front teeth.
2 sets of braces is the lie.
No, I've had 2 sets of braces.
I think that one was
I
true.
lost my 2 bottom teeth, not my 2
Yeah.
top teeth.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's what I thought
Yeah.
I remembered.
I lost both my bottom teeth on the same night.
Okay.
What yours?
Okay, so I fell off of my mother's bed and have a scar on my arm. And then I first wanted to go to college to be a medical examiner, and my favorite color is the color black. So,
You don't like black.
I like it, but it's not my
your favorite color.
That's what I knew what it was. Because I knew the medical examiner too.
Yeah.
It's hard whenever we're friends and we know a lot
I know,
about
that's
each
why I
other.
was like, oh, I don't know.
Okay, that was good.
Yeah.
Okay, to get started, these guests are very special, at least to me, probably to Emily too, because Yvette was our middle school small group leader whenever I first moved here and came into the youth group. So she's been very important in my faith growing and just teaching and discipling. And then Mr. David plays in our orchestra, so we've played a lot together over the years when I fill in for the piano. So if you will just introduce yourselves to our audience and explain how you two met and how your relationship started.
Okay. We met in college at North Carolina State University. We were involved in an InterVarsity Christian Fellowship, which is kind of like a youth group on campus.
Mm-hmm.
My first 2 weeks before she arrived were kind of crazy on college, on the campus there. And first 2 weeks I was not sure I would even make it, further than that. But I was walking across campus one day and not particularly going anywhere, and I came across a poster, and it was a flyer advertising the InterVarsity Christian Fellowship cookout. So I got connected with them, and then Yvette arrived at NC State a couple of years later.
And I started attending the same Christian fellowship my freshman year, and we saw each other at the meetings. And we had some of the same friends. I mean, this is a big campus, so it was, we were connected that way. We even attended the same church in Raleigh, and we had a great Sunday school class, which was for college students. And we both were majoring in civil engineering. So we ran into each other on the same side of campus during my sophomore year, and that's when we started dating.
Well, a couple of things about that flyer. I don't think I said it, but it was like Grand Central Station walking through campus with all these thousands of students. And what caught my eye, it was on the billboard, it said, "Do you feel like you're the only Christian on campus?" And I think I may have said out loud, "Yes, I do." And what's interesting about that, even a couple of years later, Yvette, one of her volunteer things she did for the InterVarsity Christian Fellowship was preparing those flyers and advertising the cookout.
Aw.
So there's a little weird connection there.
That's cool.
But yeah, we met through that group, and our first date, we went to a pizza parlor that we could walk to. Neither one of us had a car on campus. We walked and got pizza and went to an NC State basketball game.
Aw.
Cute. I love it.
That's good. How many years have y'all been married?
37.
Wow.
Aw, that's exciting.
Yeah. Amazing.
It's older than y'all.
Yeah.
We were married when I was 12.
Oh, man.
So, how do you navigate family differences, whether it's with your extended family, like traditions you guys had, your expectations, while still staying united as a couple?
I kind of took your questions and tried to pray and think about what I wanted to say about these topics. And I got thinking about this one. First of all, we were engaged over a year. I think my mom may have suggested that. And the reason that I think she said it first to me is, and I'd heard other places maybe, but you have a chance to go through all the seasons, the holidays, family events over an entire year while you're still engaged. You're not married yet. So that was really good. And, I intentionally tried to connect, not just tolerate. You hear about the in-laws sometimes, but I actually feel like her family is my family. I mean, and I think the connection started even when we were engaged. That seemed like a long time, but it was over a year. Whether it was games with her nieces and nephews, it was guns, with the men, just whatever, sports. I tried to look for intentionally connect. I think that's the key. And some couples don't really have a chance if they don't intentionally try to connect with the in-laws.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really important.
And we really worked hard, especially, during the holidays, things get crazy. Our two families lived an hour apart, but we would still have Thanksgiving lunch with my family, Thanksgiving supper with his family, and it would be a really crazy, busy day, but it would be worth it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. What is one habit you would encourage every couple to start early in their marriage to help set a strong foundation?
You may know I'm a civil engineer, so when you said the words foundation, it's hard to build a really good foundation quick. It takes time to build a really good foundation. So one thing I thought about is the foundation really begins before you're married.
Yeah.
Singles can get frustrated, looking for Mr. Right and waiting. But if you focus on seeking God and work on your foundation, being more Christ-like and growing as a believer, God may be molding Mr. Right the same way in a path out there somewhere. So if you focus on seeking God, when you meet, even before you're married, but certainly after you're married and young in your marriage, you've got two godly partners to build that strong foundation. It's going to be hard to build a really strong foundation if you've only got one believer in the marriage. We also we talked about some other bullets to mention, and we also talked about it's very important to have personal Bible study. Not just getting together and reading and coming to church and fellowshipping together, but we talk about it all the time, where a lot of times mine is centered around my teaching, teaching Sunday school.
Yeah.
I really like that to keep me disciplined, but she'll be talking about something she's studying, so personal Bible study.
And of course, having a personal prayer life is important as well. And we say you've got to pray for your spouse every single day.
Yeah. That's good.
Before we go on, though, when she said that and we were talking about these questions at home, again, I'm using this microphone to say some things to some people. I hope that will help, and we prayed about that. But some reminders that I have in my personal prayer journal to pray for my family, specifically your spouse and other extended family. By name, I pray for their wisdom, health, integrity, influence, and witness. I pray for their personal ministries that they're involved in, that the Lord would open more doors for that, even safety, and then godly family leadership.
Yeah.
And it made me think, too, of something I've shared with our Sunday school class many times. But I heard when Elizabeth was at Liberty in college, we heard Pastor Jonathan Falwell tell the story. How one day his dad, the late Jerry Falwell Sr., said that, everyone will hit rock bottom at some point in their life. And he said the goal is to earn the phone call. When that person that's in your life hits rock bottom, if they're unsaved or saved, everyone has, it's not if you're going to have those days, it's when you have them. And Jonathan shared how his dad, Jerry Falwell Sr., said, you want to build a relationship with that person and earn that phone call so that when they hit rock bottom, you're the one they think of and they call and share their situation. And then that will give you an opportunity to share the comfort and peace that only God can help them. I've had this experience, come through full circle on my job and even outside my family, where someone has that bad day where they just calling you in tears and they've hit rock bottom. And there may be an unsaved person, but they'll still ask you to pray for them.
Yeah.
Pray for their family. That's all.
That's good.
Excuse me.
Also, we want to encourage every couple to get involved, of course, and work in the church.
Yeah.
Because when both the husband and the wife work in the church, not necessarily in the same ministries, it helps keep both the individuals and the family focused on seeking God. And then that will encourage consistent attendance at church.
Yeah.
They won't float away,
That was, and I thought I didn't write this bullet down. We write down a lot, but that made me think of even when we were engaged, and I was connecting with her family. In a lot of ways, when I was younger, I might have been more crazy than I am now. And her family seemed conservative to me. And that was very important to me. I didn't have to worry about dragging her to church. Without getting into all the details, in a lot of areas, they were more conservative than I am. Or was then for sure. And so that was very impressive in our courting days to me, that talking to her dad and her family and visiting their church and realizing, hey, these people are more conservative than I am. I don't have to worry about dragging her out of the bed to go to church. That kind of thing.
That's good. What encouragement would you give to young couples who may feel discouraged, divided, or overwhelmed because of their family right now?
Again, I could have took that a bunch of different ways, but the thing I wanted to make sure and say, because we've been married a long time, we've had some friends whose marriages didn't make it. Hopefully you married your best friend. That's what, not to you, but to whoever's listening. Hopefully you marry, and you will marry your best friend. And you need to, just like I was intentionally trying to connect with her family, you have to intentionally plan to do things together. There's always some things you're going to do separate. My job, I'm getting ready to go out of town for 2 or 3 nights next week. And sometimes I'm staying in really nice places. We have really nice events and really good food always. And it can be lonely without your family. you look around and these are the guys I work with. It's not that. Some guys like that, but I mean, to me, plan things as much as you can to intentionally to be with your spouse.
Yeah.
That's really big, because some people, especially in the world, you hear them not as much in these walls, but I hear people all the time complaining, "Oh, I got to have some breathing room." They want to go do things separate from their spouse. That can grow and get more and more comfortable, and we've just seen that in others.
Yeah.
You got anything else there?
Well, when you are feeling discouraged and overwhelmed with life at home or your job, you have to make a point to not stay out of church.
Yeah.
Our church family provides that much needed support, and we need that support more than ever during those tough times. And not only do we have our own sin that can harm our marriage, but we have the influence of worldview. I mean, it's all around us, where Satan's deceiving couples, thinking that they can do things separately and it'd be okay. We have to stay grounded in God's Word, and so that we can have the fruit of the Spirit to help us, be what we need to be for our spouse and as a parent for our family. Yeah.
That's good. Do you have anything to add? No. Any other final thoughts?
I'm glad you asked.
Feeling.
You never invited me before. Maybe one other time we couldn't make it, actually.
I think so.
But yeah, I did think about it. It's really hard while I've got the microphone. Go to my last page. Again, part of my personal prayer for my family, I came across this verse. You'll recognize it in a minute. It's a song that Megan does, actually. But I actually have it in my personal prayer journal in my app, so it will pop up every now and then and remind me of this. It's Psalm 71:18. It's the psalm of an old saint who's in some sort of trouble. He's crying out for deliverance from God. For God to deliver him. His concern was that he would die before he's able to share the power and glory of God to those around him. And that's where it hits home with me on my family. So I have this listed as a reminder for me. Psalm 71:18. Now also, when I am old and gray-headed, O God, forsake me not, until I have showed thy strength unto this generation, and thy power to everyone that is to come. You got anything else?
That was good.
That's all I got.
Well, thank you guys for coming and spending this time with us and sharing. And thank you, listeners, for tuning in this week. And if you will like and subscribe and check us out on Instagram and Facebook for any updates and anything else that we're posting. And we're almost at the end of the podcast for this year.
Yeah.
So thank you all if you've stuck out this year with us. And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.